think? Oh, look at this. I've got chamomile growing in my walkways. It's this foliage, by the way, in case you are trying to ID it. So, most people are trying to rid their yards of the dandelions, and I'm going around trying to spread the seeds because I want more dandelions. Give me all of them. All right, I stepped in here really quick, so I want to give you guys some context of what's going on out here, and it's windy and chilly. Two things are happening right now. One, I want to introduce you guys to some friends of ours that are here visiting us from Texas this weekend. You're gonna love them. We'll get to that. First though, we have our contractor friend who is going to be working with us on our house here, his wife as well. They're good friends of ours that we have like vacationed with and spent a lot of time with. And they're helping us nail down the final plot of where our house is going to be, because we are breaking ground very soon, like in weeks. Maya and I did a video on his channel, Maya's Workshop, like, I don't know, it's been probably a month or so ago, the first time we came out here and started looking at where we wanted the house. And of course we didn't have the transit to level. We were just looking kind of based on eyeballing it and thinking about where do we want this, because we had a general vicinity, but it could have gone literally like 100 feet forward. It could have gone 20 feet in the other direction. We nailed it down then, kind of what we thought we wanted. And we had a viewer leave a comment that was actually really, really helpful. And they said, go sit on where your front porch is going to be. Like, take a chair and just sit there. Go stand about where your kitchen window is going to overlook when you stand at the sink. Go stand where your back porch is going to be. Go try to like really get the views from the places that you're going to be in. And in doing that, I realized that the angle of the house was not exactly where I wanted it, that I wanted to change it a little bit. So Jeremiah asked Nate to come out today because we needed to do like with a level, like we needed to find the actual space. So we're getting some help. So I'm gonna introduce you to a couple of friends here. There's always like a hive of activity at our house, especially on the weekends. We spent the morning, Benjamin had a baseball tournament, and this whole day has been all noise and people in all the best ways. All right, Maya, introduce Nate the Great.
Hold on, I need to cue up a trumpet or something. Actually, I bet you I can get his wife to do a drum roll.
Nate Regal, say hello.
Hello.
You don't have to try. You're so professional and awesome.
There's going to be 20 quick fire questions.
No.
Will be graded. All right. YouTube can be brutal.
Just don't embarrass yourself by the answers that I give.
It's got a cheat sheet that's actually going to lay out the actual shape of the house.
Yeah, so we'll
Oh,
lay it all
awesome.
out so you can see it. Yeah.
Excited.
What are you running from?
Why are you laughing in my face?
You were looking the other way. It wasn't in your face. No, I usually make her laugh. It's usually in her face.
Yeah, I'm just thinking more like.
Will you pull your side tight, please? There
Yes,
you go.
sir.
Perfect. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I'm thinking if you
It needs to
move
go
it
more.
back this way,
Have you
Do I need to move it or I stay?
you
the
stay
coffee
there.
from their roaster yet?
And like, yeah.
What do you think, Maya?
Buffy the Vampire.
Go ahead, mate. No, I'm not a vampire.
So I was telling Maya the other day that I was wanting to move the house just a little bit. And it's funny because we just came out here and Nate and I were talking and we pushed it back. I mean, like maybe 8 feet. Like one little bit over a dad. And Jeremiah's like, that's it? That's what you wanted? That changes everything. Good job, Nate. So this was the corner and now this is the corner. And the reason why this was a big deal was because with this being the corner, the sun sets right over here and my sun porch is on this corner. And I was looking and I was like, you know what? This is going to block my sun porch from getting the sun. We need to move it back a little bit, move this corner back, so that it puts the sun porch where it's going to get the sun. Because if there was any confusion, my main goal here is just I'm thinking about how the plants are going to do. That's my priority.
And I'm going. How do you let go of it?
I'll get out of there.
You do not trust me.
Oh my goodness, this is getting so real. It makes me really, really excited. I'm probably gonna be somewhat intolerable through this process just because I can't believe it's happening. It's so cool. And there's our house. This makes it really real. It's really exciting.
And if you want to, I brought my drone if you want any aerials or whatever. I don't know if that would matter or not.
It doesn't really matter, but
I just want a reason to get my drone out.
Are you lining out the porch, the back?
No.
Oh.
This is the back of the workroom. The porch is over there.
What are you doing? Oh, the basketball pad.
I'm calling it for parking, but we all know that. So that's the sun. This is the sunroom.
Yes. Look at Bear. Little trusty dog in his future abode.
Yeah, he'll be laying right there on the porch.
Yeah. Look at him. He's already found his space. Okay. Oh, it's so nice and warm in here. All right, guys, it's the next day. I'm actually going to give you another peep of the house layout. Yesterday, I edited this morning the video that I took yesterday. I was so excited and cold that the video is like vibrating. So I'm like, I'm not gonna make everybody motion sick. I'll show you. But first I want to introduce you to my friend, Chrissy. You wanna come over here? We'll chat right here and then we can go sit down. All right, so if you listen to my podcast, this is not a first introduction to you because Chrissy has actually been on my podcast before, back in October.
Yeah.
So the Cliff's Notes of this friendship is, we went to speak, I have a hair in my mouth. We went to speak at the Farm Where You Live event in Anderson, Clemson, South Carolina.
Clemson.
And while we were there, this lovely family with these lovely Aussie accents came up and introduced themselves and said that they had just moved here to the United States. And we started talking, and when they walked away, I leaned over to Jeremiah and I was like, I really like them. And he's like, yeah, me too. And I was like, let's like see if they want to hang out. And so we asked them afterwards if they would come hang out at our RV with us because we were camping there.
Yeah, sure.
And they brought their children. They had with them 5 boys and 1 girl. They had one more son that was at home.
Yeah.
So they have 6 boys and a daughter. And so a gaggle of boys to go with my gaggle of boys.
Yes, it was like one for each one.
And poor Gracie, who just hangs in there.
Yeah, she's resilient.
And we hung out that night at the RV, and we just said, do y'all want to come back to the farm since you're over here on this side of the country? They're living in Texas.
Yeah.
And just hit it off, became fast friends, have stayed in touch.
Yeah.
And they actually drove back out this weekend to spend the weekend with us.
So much fun.
We've had a wonderful time.
Yeah.
We've eaten good food, had great conversation. We've slept very little.
Yes, that is one bad thing.
Had so much tea and coffee.
Coffee is getting us through.
But I wanted to introduce you to my friend. So I just gave a little bit of a Cliff's Notes. Is there anything that you would say? I have encouraged her, and I was not pushy.
No,
I say I'm not bossy. I'm aggressively helpful. I was like, girl, you should be making content. She was vlogging.
Yes, I was vlogging.
But you started a YouTube channel.
I did. I had said, like I said to Jess, I had it on my mind to do, but really just hindered by fear and self-doubt and stuff. And then when a couple of conversations with Jess last October, I went home to Mike and I said, oh man, that's my husband. I said, I just feel like I need to do this. And what has been so fun about it, it's not like I'm completely a newbie. I have zero clue what I'm doing. And
That's the best card.
I'm
it's
like,
the best card.
it is, so like I look back even now, I've only got like, I don't know, 20 videos or something up, but I look back at the first one, I'm like, oh my word.
That's why I tell people, when we just start, nobody looks at their early videos and goes, nailed it. Like, just start.
Oh my goodness. But what is really cool already, like I was saying to you, is I love that it's kind of documenting for us our journey and what's happening, and we have had so many cool firsts, and I haven't caught them all on camera, but like our first snow was so
that
much
was
fun.
my favorite video that I've seen that you've
Oh,
put
that
up.
was so much fun.
I smiled the entire time.
Yeah, I was just so excited. I'm a like grounded mother of 7, and I'm out there squealing with the children. Like, I was just so much fun. So
It's so cool.
yeah.
We've so enjoyed learning the differences in our culture. And it's funny because we were joking. I read a lot. And so sometimes, like, Chrissy will be talking. We were talking about a recipe. And she said sultanas. I was like, hold on, is that oranges? And I was like, no, raisins. And she was like, yes. And so, like, we'll figure out these, like, little language differences. Jeremiah, on the other hand, is like, he'll be like, I have no idea what you're saying.
He just loves to take the mickey out of everything that we say, which is cool. We're up for that. For a good laugh.
We've had a really great time. So I am encouraging Chrissy. She is such a wealth of knowledge. She's been cooking from scratch for 20 years.
Yeah.
You know, and feeding a large family. And, you know, yesterday we went to a baseball game. And we're sitting in the bleachers. Benjamin had baseball. They all loaded up and came with us.
Our first baseball game ever.
The Great
That's
American
great.
Pastime. So we got to share that first.
Yeah,
with you
that
guys.
was fun.
And so the kids, you know, naturally, though we fed them right before we got in the car.
We fed them well.
Yeah, even though we sit down and of course they're all so hungry because everyone around us is eating snacks from the concession, which is all stuff we don't want to eat. And she's like, oh, I have bread rolls. And pulls out sourdough bread rolls that have strawberry jam in them that she'd individually wrapped and starts handing them out to all the kids. And I'm like, you need to tell people this stuff. That's a great idea. Like, why have I never thought of just making rolls and putting jam in them and individually wrapping them? I've never thought of that.
Yeah. It's funny because you said that and I'm like, I don't know, like that's not
But
a big...
when you do these things all the time, you think
it's just
it's
an everyday
obvious,
thing.
but it's not obvious. And so she's going to be making more content, teaching us all her ways.
She's poking me in the right direction, which is good. I need it. I need it.
No, I am so thankful. We were discussing last night how it's really cool. And I've done this for a long time. You know, some of my very close friends have come from meeting at conferences and like it's people who viewed our channel that you know, you just click with, and people that I've been able to connect with over time, and I'm so thankful for, you know, friendships that come about these ways.
Yeah, I think it is exciting when you just walk along life's road and say, hey Lord, whoever I need to meet today, let them come along, and then you just never know what's around the corner. And we certainly were not expecting this friendship, but it has been a huge blessing. Yeah. Such an encouragement.
I feel the same way. And my kids are going to just cry tomorrow when they like wake up and y'all have to leave.
I know. Ours are all like, we need to move to South Carolina. It's out of my hands right now.
I'm like, listen, I'm not going to push you to move, but no, we have long distance friendsps that are awesome and close ones too. So
yeah, no, it's good.
And
We've
this has been great.
To go.
We have these great weekends where we can live on coffee and good stories.
Yes, and encourage one another on the journey, and it's awesome. It's community, even far or near, is so important. Yeah.
Well, I love, like you guys said, that you came to that event just praying, like whoever we need to get connected to, because the homesteading community, because of technology, it is far and wide, and you can. I mean, I learned to pressure can with an Instagram friend that was on FaceTime, walking me through it because I didn't have a granny to learn at her ankles, you know, so we get to be that for each other. Yeah. And
it's a huge opportunity, really. Yeah. That wasn't there a decade even ago, really, or maybe it was starting to be,
but not like it is now.
But no, it's a really great opportunity.
Yeah,
that's cool.
I love that.
It's cool.
Well, I'm gonna put the information for you guys to follow my friend on her YouTube channel and on her blog, and I'll also put a link to our podcast that we did, and they can hear more of your story kind of in depth there. So
that'd be fun.
Please do check her out, and if you don't mind a little word of encouragement, we can all cheerlead Miss Chrissy here together.
Thank you.
All right, I'm gonna try again here to show you guys a little idea of my house, which you're not gonna get. You're not going to be able to grasp it super well on this camera. So the wide angle lens is going to make it look like we're building a mansion, which we're not. I mean, it's a good size house, but it's like a 2-story farmhouse, big front porch. It's funny because we laid it out, and when you lay it out, it actually looks really small when you're standing in it, based on after looking at blueprints. But it's making it really real. I don't know, I've said that multiple times in this video. But right here is the front porch. It's finally making sense to everyone else what we built our farm around, because we planned this, the garden, the barn, everything was proximity to this house. But we made a 5-year plan, so the house wasn't here yet. So right here is the front porch that goes alongside the front, turns. So right here is about coming in the front door. And this is, we're standing in the foyer. Right here we have a dining room, and then our living room, which I know you cannot tell this at all. But over here's my favorite part. This is my kitchen. And right in here is where we will be shooting lots of videos, learning to cook things. And back here we're doing, I guess we're calling it like a scullery. Or we've kind of called it the workroom. But you come through the kitchen and we're doing a big walk-in cooler. So we're not even putting a refrigerator in the main part of our kitchen. We'll probably put like a little one under the counter for like the milk for coffee and stuff like that. So you don't have to walk all the way into the fridge to get that every time. But we have like a little mud room. And back here, this is probably the thing I'm most excited about. I'm very excited about the kitchen. I'm excited about the whole thing. But in here, it's a smaller space than the main kitchen, but we're doing like a wood burning cook stove. We're gonna have an extra sink and dishwasher. I'm gonna put my current dining room table in here, and then we'll have like it's a big pantry essentially that we can also use like the wood burning cook stove. And the idea is that like you can field the harvest in here. Like you can bring the harvest in. It'll have a door right off here to the side, so you can pull up. You know, we have our side by side, and the idea is you can bring all of what you harvest over, unload it directly in here, and process and work on it in here. Because one of the things that I've dealt with since homesteading is that through, I don't know, like June, July, August, my kitchen, when it needs to be the most functional to do the most processing and cooking, I'm having to battle having nowhere to put anything, because my table will be completely covered in tomatoes. You know, like I'm bringing all the harvest in and needing to do something with it. So that was something we were really mindful of in designing this house, because believe it or not, they just don't make houses for homesteading anymore. I mean, 150 years ago, it was expected that everybody was gonna have a lot of pantry space, that was going to have wood cook stoves. They were just going to have much more functional spaces for doing these kinds of things. You were going to have outbuildings and smokehouses and the stuff that we don't have anymore, because people buy their food at the grocery store. And so we kept that in mind quite a lot in preparing our house. And that is what I'm most excited about. And I cannot believe that in a short year, I mean, we're saying it's going to take us a year to build the house. Maybe we'll get it done sooner than that, but doing a lot of the work ourselves, I'm trying to maintain like a realistic view. But definitely in a year, from starting, we'll be done. We'll have to be, because of our bank. But we will be able to show you guys in actuality what this is going to look like. So it's pretty awesome. Oh, I'm going to go meet Chrissy down at the greenhouse, or the high tunnel. Thank you guys for hanging out with us today. So excited to get to share this journey with you. God bless you. Until next time.